Wagwan guys, let's talk today. Most times on this channel I've been speaking about maybe like switching from a 9-to-5 job to freelancing. However, my major consideration for switching then, it includes more family time, it includes more money and stuff like that. But the dynamics have changed a bit, and I'm going to be discussing that in the video today, because it's not only about money, it's not only about free time. The free time also has its own disadvantage. I was speaking to someone recently. The person was directed to speak with me. The person has money, he's a big boy in Lagos. If I tell you the kind of business he does, the business is capital intensive, so for him to be doing that business, he has a lot of money. Then something happened that took him from where he was to almost a zero, and he has to build from the scratch again. So for someone who has been entrepreneurial, for somebody who has been maybe doing freelance, for someone who has run a small business and now they are considering making a switch to what? To 9-to-5. Yeah. Because that was my first recommendation to him. I said two things. One, you need money to make money. So how will you make the money? Either you can maybe leverage on your relationship. Maybe you have friends that you can reach out to that can give you or loan you. It will not even be wise to loan money to start new things. Maybe family, friends and all. Then if that is not in picture, because I'm not saying about friends that will give you maybe 100,000, maybe you have a friend that can give you 5 million, 2 million, 10 million. Do you understand those kind of amount that are substantial enough to get you back on your feet? If that is not the case, I advise that maybe you just go for a 9-to-5 job. Get a 9-to-5 job that can pay you maybe it depends on what you're looking at, maybe a 700K, a 400K, a 1 million. Yeah, people get 9-to-5 job. So I once learned of somebody getting a salary of 6-point-something million naira in this Nigeria from a 9-to-5 job. The person works for the UN. So it's important that when we talk about freelancing and when we talk about maybe entrepreneurship, one is not better than the other. It just depends on what you are considering part-time. So for me personally, I have only applied to one local job in recent time, and that was because the job I applied to was because one, it aligns with the direction I want to go. I've taken some new trainings, I've acquired a number of knowledge, I've self-taught myself a number of things that I want to put to action, and so it's not only about money for me. Money is important, but it is not the most important metrics for me. So the job I applied for, I felt it aligns with my passion, the kind of organization I want to experience maybe for 2 years or a year or so. As at the same time when I applied for that job, I got another job that I didn't apply for, at least not now. I applied for it in 2022. They are reaching out to me now just to notify me of an opening they feel I am a good fit for. So now, talking about me, that tells you guys about maybe freelancing and all, considering a 9-to-5 job. Isn't that strange? I think it's very strange. I do all this freelancing stuff full time, but I think I'm not doing it full time anymore. I might even maybe rent out my account or something. I want all the stuff to go passive. The amazing thing is for the job I said I'm actually interested in, one of the things that the interviewer asked me is okay, after checking, they did a back check on me and say for someone who has been making money full time online in the last 3 years or so, and you've worked with global brands and likely open to global opportunities, why would you want to take a local 9-to-5 job? Okay, first, nothing I do presently takes a substantial amount of my 24 hours a day. For example, maybe Upwork. I don't get jobs on Upwork every blessed day. I can get a single job, maybe for a month, maybe I can get a job that will take me 3 days to deliver. That job sometimes can pay maybe my 2-month salary. Do you get? So I have a lot of free time I can use to explore any other thing I want to. Yeah, I use some of the time for content creation. I spend some of the time with family, but I think it's still a lot. Because I have a lot of free time, I can take on maybe a 9-to-5 job. So if I get an Upwork project, I can outsource it. And if it's something I must do myself, remember, a 9-to-5 job is not taking my 24 hours. It's just going to take maybe 8 hours out of my 24 hours or thereabouts. So I still have about 8 times 2. I still have about maybe minimum of 15 hours to myself. Then I'm not going to sleep for 16 hours, so I can still do any other thing I want. Yeah, where there will be problem is if the organization, I won't even apply for such organization. HRs for some organizations Like, they don't want you to do any other thing outside work. Like, I think what I do outside of my work should be my business. If I spend 3 hours every day playing PS5 when I get home, no employer would have a problem with that. But if I spend that 3 hours doing something I love, like shooting YouTube videos and pushing it out, should an employer have a problem with that? I don't think any good employer would have a problem with that, provided I'm delivering excellence at my work. So I have grown to a point where my freelancing can actually be on autopilot. I can outsource my jobs to my assistant, and I only do like a minimal part to ensure that it is a perfect delivery for my prospective clients. Another thing I have taken thought of is tax. Most of the income I make abroad, passively, actively, for example, from my blog, maybe on Medium, it is taxed 30%. So if I make maybe like a $50, 30% of the $50 is gone. That's about $15 gone to tax. So imagine bringing in the money into Nigeria and then getting taxed again. So it doesn't work for me. I just feel like I need to earn locally to pay local tax. Another consideration I made is the bad economy we are in. So like, it's important that we double our hustle. As dollar keeps falling and there's a close of black market, a lot of dynamics have changed and things are way more expensive. So it's important that one does more things. You understand? So if I have some free time, why not trade it for money? Like many times, like there's this pride on people's head, especially entrepreneurs or maybe freelancers that are making money. Like, pride would just make them say, oh, I can never do a 9-to-5 job. There are people working a 9-to-5 job that make more money than you as a forex trader. There are people working a 9-to-5 job making more money than you as maybe a freelancer or any other thing you do. Someone earns 6 million naira per month as salary. How many freelancers can boast of that? Then another thing is that, while I am open to global opportunities, but for now it seems like I am stuck in Nigeria for family's sake, because my wife still needs to write some exams, which might take us maybe the next 1 year, maybe the next 2 years. I don't know how long. I'm not in a hurry. Nothing is chasing me. Although, there are some factors that one might just want to make the decisions faster, but nothing is chasing me in the real sense of it. So another thing is that the 9-to-5 job I am looking at actually gives me an opportunity to build my CV towards my future jackpot plan. When you get abroad, many of your CEOs, in quotes, many of your entrepreneur do or die, people that will tell you like they can never do a 9-to-5 job in Nigeria. When they get abroad, they do it. Do you understand? So like, why not prepare myself for that space? Because that is what I am considering doing when I get to the country I'm going to. Then I made a video in December joking about how it is in December that freelancers know that 9-to-5 workers are not their mates, because like when everybody is getting bag of rice as maybe bonus for the year, when people are getting 13th month salary, most of us freelancers don't get any of such things. I hear my banker friends talk about things like profit sharing. Freelancers have no idea, don't experience those kind of things. So note that when I'm talking about a 9-to-5 job, I'm talking about a very good one. You understand? It comes with benefits like maybe health insurance, retirement plan, they sort your tax for you, sort of, and some pay maybe like time off and other perks. Okay, another thing that I've actually considered is that Upwork policy has changed. It seems that there are not as much clients as there used to be as we have now. So there is more competition. Does that mean you will not get a job if you're a newbie or if you're a freelancer? Yes, you will. But it just means for me, maybe like that I can do maybe like a $20,000 a year before. Now I might struggle to do $4,000 a year, or struggle to do maybe like a $6,000. So like it has reduced drastically. Then Medium recently, I saw the amount Medium gave me last 2 months. I just stopped. Before I was writing on Medium actively, but recently, like, I just got discouraged from writing. I think they are trying to boost it up because I'm seeing that the amount that is accumulating to my Medium now, and I feel like, okay, it's like they are having sense. Although I'm not writing any new articles like that as frequently as I used to for them again. These platforms, while they are actually great and amazing at helping you make money online, sometimes they also have their regulation, compliance issue and all that. So they can just wake up one morning and determine that, oh, they are changing a policy as in it might actually affect you. Although, like, one thing I used to say is that you don't entrust your next meal to a single platform. Yeah, so it's important. So another thing that I think should be considered is creating multiple options for yourself. For instance, if you are doing a 9 to 5 job and you get fired, or your company is downsizing like it happened during COVID, it might not be COVID next time, but it might be something else and your company needs to downsize. So when they lay you off, you might just end up being miserable. I've seen many people that will tell you, that guy had money before, but he was laid off at work and his life is not looking attractive anymore. But if probably the person knows or have the knowledge of side hustle, if something like that happens, the person can switch. Do you understand? Like, switching is like, change is the only constant in life. So the person can make a change. But like, if it's somebody that has just focused on one thing, maybe like you are an accountant and accounting is the only thing you know. So if maybe like something happens and your accounting certificate or I don't know whatever is gets seized, like, and you can't function in any other field, like you would struggle a bit. Do you understand? So like, it's just important that you are always in that place where you have options. Then another thing that I don't like about 9 to 5 job is toxic workplaces. Or most people don't even leave workplaces. Most people leave managers. So if you have an amazing manager and you are also an amazing worker or amazing teammates, amazing staff, like, the workplace will not be toxic. So if it's not a toxic environment, like, I think 9 to 5 job can be great, and it's not every 9 to 5 job that is toxic. So like, it's still worth exploring. So another thing I'm looking at considering a 9 to 5 job is the opportunity to meet new people. Do you know what it feels like? Sometimes, I take a stroll, because I said recently I have been conscious of my Apple Health pedometer. That means like I check steps I take. So recently in the evening or sometimes in the morning, I just step out of the house, take a walk around my environment, take a walk, then come back to the house. Do you get? Because like, I don't think it's mentally fine, like, to just be in this space with white walls and be here all day. That the only person I see, like, except maybe when I go to church, is just my wife and my daughter. Then maybe occasionally when I step out, see my neighbors. Then that's not like I see them every time. Oh my God. So I just see like maybe like 4 or 5 people only. So like, I feel like, and I feel by default, like, I think I am not an introvert. I'm getting introverted now, but I am not by nature an introvert. I love to go out. I love to meet people. So like, maybe going out for a 9 to 5 job will help with that, meeting new people and exploring new opportunities, and getting exposed to new things. Then meeting new people also mean that I can learn a lot from new people. Then I can also put to test, how good am I? Like, for example, a lot of things I've learned are self-taught. Like, I can put to test how appreciated is it in the market. Like, meet other people that do things I do or things I am trying to learn, and then I get the opportunity to have them evaluate maybe like my level, or be able to learn from them, or they're able to learn also from me. Do you understand? Like, so that's just it. What do you think about my whole explanation? I'll see you in the next video. Bye.